Hello and welcome to PocketGamer.biz's YouTube channel. This is our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes playlist, where we are looking at, amazingly, EA's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes game. So what we're going to look at in this video is the characters, light side characters. So the game is split into two sides, the light side and dark side. I guess pretty fundamental to the Star Wars kind of a canon system, whatever. So we're in heroes, characters, sorry. So just go into characters, that's how we go into characters. That's pretty straightforward from the main menu. Now, something I haven't really been using very much until now is you have these kind of systems of toggling, really, what you see. So at the moment, you can see I've got 18 activated characters. You can see there's all these other characters that I have to play through the game to unlock. I mean, I guess the key one here is good old Darth Vader, or good, bad, I don't know, whatever you pronounce it. Darth Vader, so you can see down the bottom here on the right hand side, I have to collect shards. I have to collect 80 shards, 80 Darth Vader shards, in fact, to activate him. I've only got 46, so that's why he's not activated. But what we can do is we can toggle. So these are all the activated ones, that's what we've just been looking at, all the non-activated ones. And we're going to look today at the light side characters. So these are the what are they? 9 light side characters that I've. Well, these are all the light side characters I've got, but 9 which are activated. I also toggle through here, and the first one we saw was organising them by level. It's all done organising them by their power, effectively their kind of offensive power, really. Strength, I suppose. Their health, their rarity. Kind of less useful, I suppose, really. Not really a game that relies on rarity that much in the same way as many card battle games and everything. So what we need to look at, what we can look at here is, so I'm a level 50 player, so that's not, that's not incredible, but it's a fairly high level. I've been playing the game quite a lot. We can see here I've got the Jedi Consular. So as in typical in this game, we have kind of this 3 upgrade system. So there's this training one here, which is increasing the XP. So we use up droids that we collect, training droids. I've only used one there, so it's not going to upgrade him. I did upgrade him actually, did not do very much. So we've got this gear slot thing, so we can upgrade his gear ratio, and then we've got these, what I said before, the shards. So when I get 20, when I get another 14 shards, I would upgrade him here, and he'll go from a 2-star to a 3-star Jedi Console. But what we're looking at really now is the detail of the characters. So obviously you want your characters to be as high level as possible in all kind of levels. But that's something that's really controlled by how much you play the game. What's a bit more interesting in terms of how you win kind of battles is these attack and abilities. So we can see here on the right hand side, it tells me his power, his light side obviously. And he's a Jedi support character with party healing and self-healing. So he's a Jedi in terms of the classes, he's a Jedi and a healer. Actually the Jedi Consular, if you're playing on the light side, is pretty fundamental to the early stages of the game. He's, as it says, a healer, and a pretty strong healer. So as we can see here from his abilities, attacks and abilities, his basic ability is just going to hit people with a lightsaber. Jedi healing, this is pretty fundamental to a group. He's the best healer, certainly, that I've got in my group. So each ally will recover 30% of the Jedi Consular's maximum health. So it's not maximum health at the time, it's his just maximum health as a character. So that's pretty important. So that kind of suggests I should be maxing out his health as much as possible. When I'm upgrading him, so he's kind of that's why actually he's my most upgraded character. And then this other interesting one deals. So this is his attack and defense. He deals special damage to target enemy and recovers health 25% of all the damage dealt. So he's basically got a basic move, a saber strike. He's got a special kind of attribute move, healing, and then his big attack is he attacks an enemy and regains some health from it. So obviously he's all about health. So that's kind of interesting. That makes us kind of makes us think about when we should use his abilities, because the saber strike is always available, and then the more powerful attacks you use them, then then you have to wait a couple of turns to get to use them again. It's basically like they're powered down. If we go to the next one, so now this is this is dark side characters. More there, dark side character. Chewbacca. Okay, so Chewbacca's the next most powerful light side character I've got. Lots of people got Chewbacca. It seems to be the default one you get. And it seems so. We look down the right hand side again. He's a tank, a scoundrel tank. Okay. So tanks just absorb damage. And the other interesting thing is he is a leader. So for every squad you put, the first kind of character you select is the leader. Now sometimes you can put characters in there who don't have leader qualities. Not a lot of point doing that if you've got one with leader quality. So like most people, I'm using Chewbacca as my leader. And you can see here, down here, he's got Wookiee Resolve. So basically, this just plays automatically because this is his leader kind of move. So all allies have 20 plus 20 defense, 25% chance to gain defense for up to 2 turns whenever they're damaged. So we can just see he adds attributes to the group. He has his own thing, so he has basic attack, pretty rubbish to be honest. Then he has Wookiee Rage. This is actually quite interesting as a kind of attribute. All it does is a taunt. He plays this move, and then all the enemy for the next attack, the next round of attacks will just attack him. So this is kind of interesting because it means he's a tank character, so he's designed to take damage. So he can be the target, and that stops other characters who aren't so powerful kind of taking damage. The one I've not unlocked yet. So this is his Defiant Roar. He is an attack move. I've got to upgrade to gear 4 to do this. I've got to upgrade his gear. He recovers 35% of his maximum health and gains defense. So it's actually not an attack move, sorry. So it's basically he regains health, which is what you want in a tank. So not particularly a useful offensive character, but he can kind of change battles because he's very has lots of health, and he can upgrade him. So he can kind of heal himself. Which is often why if you're playing a team who have a Chewbacca character, you probably want to take them out quite quickly. It takes a long time. So you will definitely want to take any healers out in the other squad first, and then Chewbacca's really. Because the other thing, you're going to be hitting him a lot anyway because he's going to be taunting. So you may as well kind of finish that off. So what have we got here? So here's another light side character. Won't even bother trying to pronounce that. A Jedi attacker. Again, this is kind of an interesting character. I assume it's a she. Got a basic attack, but also 25% of attacking of regaining health. Got a protective maneuver. So it does an attack to an enemy target. If it gets a critical hit, then all enemies, then all friendly characters are healed. So it's an interesting kind of attack heal kind of move. If she's a leader, Jedi and Night sister allies. So basically, dark side and light side and dark side kind of these are characters gain evasion, which means they might be missed. They might be able to dodge an attack. And she gains 20% on the turn meter. And she does evade an attack, so the turn meter is the speed at which your turn happens. So we can kind of see now, when we look at these characters' attributes, we can kind of see how this is not a game where it's just attack. It's kind of, you're looking to see when do you play these moves in the right time, and because she's a leader as well. So she's got this move. She gains 6% max health for each living ally, and an evasion. So in that one you want to play her with other light side characters. So in some of the battles you only play as light side characters, and some you play as only dark side characters, and in other ones you can mix them up. So it's kind of important to know the attributes. And she's a leader as well. So sometimes I've not got to the stage yet of playing it very often, but you might want to play her as a leader, and that means if you're playing her as a leader with lots of Jedi and Night Sister allies, that's a good move. Okay, so we've got Ewok Scout, another light side character. He's an Ewok, go figure, and an attacker. So doesn't really do kind of a bit of a pawn character, really, just a little go and attack people. It's got a basic attack, got quite a powerful second kind of prime, kind of more secondary kind of special attack. It has 30% chance of critical hit. Critical hits are important. And then if you're playing him with lots of other Ewoks, at the moment I've only got 2 Ewoks, so this I don't really play that one very much. But you can kind of see now, maybe if you can unlock a whole bunch of Ewoks, it might be interesting to play them together. Royal Guard, he's the Jawa, another light side character, again kind of powerful. So he's got this special attack that will attack everyone, but particularly if you're attacking droids, he can stun the droids, 50% chance. That's pretty useful. He's got an ambush attack as well. Again, if you're playing a lot of Jawa allies. You can kind of see, without going into too much detail, across through every single one. So this is actually one that is worth going to. Another Ewok. This is an Ewok tank. So this is kind of interesting. You play the T-Bow with the Java Scout. Then you've got kind of two of them doing their kind of their Ewok stuff, and he's got a special. He goes into stealth mode, so he can't be hit effectively, and any Ewok allies speed up. So if you had like him and two other Ewoks or three other Ewoks, then that would be pretty useful. You've got unavoidable physical damage, so when you're getting into this, like you've been playing the game more, you have a lot of people kind of evading and dodging. You can't dodge this one. And also it removes any effects. So if they've got an effect going on, so if we hit a Chewbacca who had a taunt going on, that would remove that and remove their turn meter. So you can kind of see now on a secondary level, you really need to know and look in these characters and look at their attacking abilities and look to how you put your squad together to see, how this how you can kind of mix and match them and have some as leaders and some as others, and sometimes in different types, in different kind of modes in the game, different kind of arenas or different things you're doing. You might want to mix that up, but you have to start looking at these characters and seeing which ones work well together. That was just a kind of a quick overview of looking at some of the light side characters and why this game, to be successful in it, or to be kind of efficient in it, I suppose, it's not just about putting your kind of big tanks up first and just going bash, 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 bash. It's much more about looking at secondary characteristics and making sure that kind of characters who have synergies when they work well together, that you're making the most of those. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So we look at a lot of free-to-play mobile games. At the moment we're looking quite a lot in a lot of detail at Galaxy of Heroes, because that seems to be the most interesting game that's out there and doing well at the moment. But don't forget to subscribe, and maybe you'll find out a bit more about games you haven't played yet, and maybe you'll be encouraged to go and play them. So that's always interesting, isn't it? So hope to see you soon.